With the most in-depth high school football coverage in Green Country, Fox 23 presents High School Football Tonight.
It's fall break, and that means we get high school football on a Thursday night. It's already week 7, which means we're officially in the home stretch of the regular season. District title races are heating up as every game right now matters. Huge matchups all over Green Country, including the big one. Owasso taking on Edmond Memorial in the Fox 23 Game of the Week. So get settled in, because high school football tonight starts now.
You're watching high school football tonight on Fox 23.
What's going on, everybody? Appreciate you tuning in. I'm Spencer Till. She's Kaylee Carnine. And Kaylee, I got to say, it is already week 7, which is wild, and these district title races are starting to heat up.
No, that's true. That's the point in the season where, every game is important and you can't afford to let up right now.
Yeah, you got to build a little bit of momentum. Playoffs are right around the corner at this point. We had a few games that kind of felt like a playoff game going on tonight, including the big one, Owasso, trying to make it 4 straight wins. They were squaring off against Edmond Memorial.
Yeah, the Bulldogs only have 1 loss this year, and that was just by 1 point in overtime to Norman North. And they're really good. That's why this is our Fox 23 Game of the Week. Paige Orr is covering the game for us tonight and joins us now live from the field. And Paige, this was a huge test for the Rams.
That's right, guys, and it's still going on. We have about 4 minutes left here in the fourth quarter. Right now, 31-14, Owasso is leading, but that is not how it looked like it was going to play out at the beginning of the game. Go ahead and take a look at these first half highlights. Week 7 high school football Thursday night edition. Owasso hosts Edmond Memorial. The Bulldogs waste no time right out of the gate. Direct snap to Nick Booker. 1-yard touchdown. They take the lead. Edmond Memorial 7-0, 3:19 left in the first quarter. It's the Bulldogs again, this time through the air. Dawson Bayou finds number 20, Luke Theonet. That's a touchdown for him. They extend their lead 14-0, 10:24 left in the second quarter. Owasso looking for an answer. They find Jaden Hall. Direct snap to him. He gets in the end zone. 14-7. Edmond Memorial leads. 3:11 left in the second quarter. The Rams still rallying. A handoff to Jaden Hall. He takes this one in for 5 yards. Touchdown. And they tie it up at 14 going into the half. That's Hall's second touchdown of the night at the half. We're all tied up 14-14 in Owasso. 3 minutes left here in the fourth quarter in Owasso. They lead 31-14. Edmond Memorial has been so quiet since the half, and the Rams have been rolling ever since they got Jaden Hall going and blowing. Also, while there was just a field goal to give them this 31-14 lead, a big pick 6 happened about 2-3 minutes ago. The momentum is all Rams here in Owasso. We'll keep you updated when we get the final score. That's all for me. I'm Paige Orr in Owasso, Fox 23 Sports. Back to you guys at the desk.
Thank you, Paige. Well, last week, Jenks star, I don't know if you heard about it, Katie Jones had 445 yards rushing, 8 touchdowns against Mustang. So what was he going to do tonight for an encore against Deer Creek? Well, spoiler alert, he ended up having another big night. First quarter, the Trojans had it down to the 3. He takes the handoff and is able to power that one in and tie things up at 7. Then just about 3 minutes later, right back in the red zone and right back to KD. Going off the left edge this time. Goes in for score number 2. That was his 600th carry at Jenks, giving him touchdown number 69. That's a touchdown almost every 9 carries in his career. Still in the first, he gets the hat trick. 11 touchdowns in 5 quarters of work for the senior. That's called a heater right there. Trojans up 21-7 and adding to it just before that. Landon Kazar takes a shot, finds Cade Klein. The sophomore takes it in. 64 yards for his first ever varsity touchdown. Jenks gets the road win, 56-21.
Okay, top-ranked Bixby still not only undefeated, but they're winning by an average of 48 points so far this year. And they were right back in action tonight, taking on Enid. And Bixby starting the party off with some fireworks. First play from scrimmage, and it's Enid's ball, but not for long. Tyler Wright jumps right in front of the receiver and takes it all the way to the house for the pick 6. A couple minutes later, the Spartans offense wasting no time. It's Gabe Blankenship taking care of business, finds space on the left side, flips over the goal line, and touchdown Bixby. Right after that, the defense coming up big again. Braden Presley picks one off. and whacks it into the end zone. And the Spartans end up rolling Enid 92, Spencer, to 0, the final. That's the most points Bixby has ever scored in a game.
That's more points than a lot of teams have scored this entire season
exactly.
now. Well, we had some great top 10 matchups going on tonight, including one over at Collinsville. The Cardinals trying to take care of business, taking on Claremore.
Yeah, the Zebras coming off their first loss of the year, trying to respond with a signature win. We got Devin Lyon covering the game for us tonight, and he joins us now live. And Devin, both teams going through a little bit of adversity right now.
They were both going through a little bit of adversity, but don't get me wrong, these are both two very good teams in a tough district matchup who felt like they each had something to prove tonight. A lot of offense and then a lot of defense in that second half. Here's how things went down. Two strong 5A teams looking to keep ahead in district play. Collinsville Cardinals hosting the Claremore Zebras. Let's get right to it. Collinsville with the ball. First play of the game. Number 6, Carter Vaughn fakes the handoff, then makes the pass to number 18, Talon Rush, and he goes all the way. 80 yards into the end zone. Touchdown. Cardinals with an early lead, 7-0. Collinsville forces the punt with the ball again. Vaughn tries to make the throw. Picked off by number 8, Hayden Lee's Zebra ball. But that is immediately turned over in a fumble. Collinsville ball. Sets him up with this run from number 0, Logan Jeter, spinning into the end zone. Guards up, 14-0. Zebras with the ball deep in their own territory. Drop snap. Collinsville recovers again, but that Zebra defense holds up. Collinsville takes the field goal, goes up 17-0 over Claremore to win the first quarter. Both teams getting the passing game going in the second quarter. Collinsville here, big pass to Vaughn to number 2, Austin Bourne for a first down. Claremore would get the ball back with this interception here at the line. Both teams would be scoreless in that quarter. Collinsville runs away with the lead at half, 17-0. And that would be the score until the final minute of the fourth quarter, where Collinsville would finally find the end zone again, making the final score 24-0. Now looking ahead, Collinsville will hit the road. They will head to the Pryor Tigers for another big, tough district matchup. Claremore will return home to host Tulsa Memorial. Both those kick off on October 24th. Send it back to you guys at the desk.
Looks like it was a little dark out there at the
I know,
game
it's
tonight.
alma mater.
Where are the lights
Come
at, man?
on.
Come on, Devin. Can't get any love out there? Well, how about Sand Springs? Well, they had a mission going on tonight. They have been dominant in district play, outscoring their opponents so far 150 points to 7.
Jeez.
That's pretty good. Well, they were taking on a winless PC West team tonight, and that went just about the way that you would probably expect it to. The very first play from scrimmage for the Sandites, and they would do this. Easton Webb off the play action finds Dominic Forbes, who's able to beat a man, get to the sideline, beats everyone to the pylon. 7-0 Sand Springs, just 15 seconds into the game. Very next drive for the Sandites, and they would do it all over again. Look at the protection, all kinds of time for Webb. Eventually he finds Chavez Williams, and that's a good choice right there, make it 14-0. Ensuing drive for the Pirates. Now they're trying to come up with an answer, so they're going to take a shot, but this is going to get picked off by Trey Pope. It didn't take very long for them to turn that into another touchdown as Webb slings it back over to Williams, making it look easy. Sand Springs rolls tonight, 55-0, your final.
Wow, what a win. Okay, Union fresh off their big win over Norman North, taking on UConn tonight in a top 10 showdown. And what a way to start the show. On the opening kickoff, UConn muffs it, able to get it back on his feet, but a swarm of Redhawks blowing this play up. A huge hit, and Ian Castellanos finishes things off with a scoop and score just 9 seconds off the clock. Union up 1 with 5 left in the first quarter, but here we go. Dylan Taylor escapes the pressure and fires a perfect spiral to Stone Turner, and he's gone. Nothing but green grass out in front of him. 68-yard Union touchdown. A little later, and here's the dynamic duo again, Taylor to Turner. What a throw and what a catch. No helmet, no problem. And the Redhawks take this one 49-27 the final.
Yeah, Stone Turner's a very good play. All right, well, it's time for our first commercial break, but coming up on the other side, we're going to head on over to Sapulpa and see how the Chieftains did against Ponca City. Keep it right here.
You're watching high school football tonight on Fox 23.
welcome back. Well, it has been a great season so far for Sapulpa.
Yeah, undefeated in district play, but it was about to get a lot tougher tonight as they were taking on a very good Ponca City team. Ian Nickel is covering the game for us tonight and joins us now live. And Ian, Sapulpa's offense has been on fire recently.
It has. They're averaging 40 points in district play, but in this game, it was about the defense.
The Sapulpa Chieftains are looking to remain undefeated in district play and extend their winning streak to 4 games. They have to take on Ponca City to do so. And in the red zone, Cade Buxton running to his left, providing the most devastating stiff arm to Ponca City before being tripped up at the 5. Ponca City would hold the Sapulpa Chieftains to 0 points, but get pinned into their own end zone. And then on 4th down, incoming! Blocked by Bryce Curran, and they're going to do a little safety dance as it becomes a 2-0 game for Sapulpa.
That is a Sapulpa Chieftain safety.
After the free kick, 3rd and 16. Braddock's Broughton finds Landon Barber, and he's going to put pedal to the metal and get into the blue turf for a touchdown. Final seconds of the second quarter, Johnston Burke looking for anything, and he's going to get brought down by the big fella, number 65, Camden George. The Sapulpa Chieftains lead 9-0.
They would add 2 more scores to the total, making this a Sapulpa victory, 22-0. They are now 5-2 on the year, but they do have their 3 biggest challenges ahead of them: Putnam City North, Muskogee, and of course, that big rivalry in Creek County, Sand Springs. We'll see how they do for the rest of the season, but they're looking like a strong contender in 6A2. Back to you 2 at the desk.
Thank you, Ian. Yeah, that Sand Springs game is going to be incredible when it comes around. Well, let's talk about Skytook for a second. They're looking for their first 6-1 start in 7 years. They were on the road tonight taking on Fort Gibson, and they had their hands full in this one. The Bulldogs on the move here in the 3rd, setting up a 44-yard field goal. And check out Brecken Maxwell slamming that one through right there, cutting the Tigers' lead to 21-9. Fort Gibson coming right back. Cash Keys, great football name, by the way, takes the handoff, all kinds of open space, 55 yards on the touchdown run. Tigers then putting this thing away. Carson Davis looking for cash, aren't we all? Another big play right here, a 60-yard score. Fort Gibson gets the win, 42-22, the final.
There you go. Okay, just down the road from there, Hilldale was looking for a bounce-back win as they took on Broken Bow. But Broken Bow brought the heat early. Graydon Howell drops back to pass, but then takes off, makes a couple guys miss, and he just jogs into the end zone. Broken Bow takes the lead, 6-0. A couple minutes later, and they're back at it again from 7 yards out. Jarius Neal takes it up the middle for 6 more, and Broken Bow on top, 13-0. Hilldale, though, trying to find an answer here. Here we go. Oh, and they're fired up, excited to see it. Hilldale trying to find an answer here. Dawson Fields looks left, looks right, and finds Robert Campbell. A huge pickup for 40 yards. Almost looked like he was about to take it all the way, but the Hornets can't cash in, and Broken Bow takes it 61-20, the final score.
All right, I am excited for this one. We don't always get to show a lot of our smaller schools, but we're going to give them some love tonight. Let's check in on a couple of our 2A2 schools because there was a big-time matchup going on tonight.
Yeah, definitely a big one. Top 10 matchup, 8th-ranked Salina hosting 9th-ranked Wynnedote. Jade Morrow made the trip up there and joins us now live from the field. And Jade, the Wildcats were looking for a little payback in this one.
That's right, Kaylee. Wyandotte ranked number 9 and Salina ranked number 8 in their class. And this game was a game that either team needed because last year Salina lost to Wyandotte 28-27. So this was a game to see who could take the win again or take the win for the first time. The Salina Wildcats and the Wyandotte Bears, both teams are a top 10 matchup. Both are chasing Adair for the district title and need a win to keep the pace. In the first quarter, Wildcats have the ball first. Number 12, Hunter White makes the throw intended for Dawson White, but it's intercepted by Wildcat Colton Terwilliger. Right after, number 23, Jesse Sanders makes a 30-yard run and makes a 4-yard touchdown, taking the first lead of the game 7-0. Wyandotte responds back, and their QB Hunter White ties the game 7-7. In the second quarter, Salina takes the lead 13-7. Wyandotte still looking to take the lead. Hunter White at the 21-yard line. He's looking and finds Hagen Langford and takes one home, but the kick is no good, and the score is 13-13. 6:18 left in the first half. Wyandotte has another chance to take the lead. White makes the throw for Avery Laughlin, but guess who gets it? Salina Wildcat Connor Hess from 12 yards, running it all the way to the end zone. A 90-plus yard touchdown to put Salina back on top at the end of the first half. Score 20-13. Now after that first half, Salina was able to bounce back against Wyandotte with a final score of 42-13. And Salina will be taking the Kansas Comets and Wyandotte going against Commerce Tigers next week. Live in Salina covering News That Matters, I'm Jay Morrow, Fox 23 Sports.
Both teams right now on the tail of Adair right there. Well, let's check in on Hall and Hall. They were on the road tonight looking for their second straight win, squaring off against Shakota. And the Wildcats coming to play in this one. Dutch up 7-0 here in the third, but here they come. Cole rolling up the gut from a couple of yards out. Went after no good, so Hall and Hall still up one. Dutch's turn this time as Trey Burleson throws that one up, drops it into Case and Fredu. I don't mind if I do right there. Putting Hall and Hall up 8, but it was back and forth all night. Shakota's turn. Roland finds Jaden Lake. He takes it in on a wild route to the end zone right there. Hall and Hall gets the win, 29-26.
Wow, what a crazy one. Just about 15 miles south of there, the lights were on at Eufaula as they were hosting Stigler. And Stigler off to a red-hot start. Watch this one. Byler Honeycutt drops back and fires one to Morgan Peary. And Peary putting the pedal to the metal. Stigler up 7-0 early. Then Eufaula getting in on the action. Colton Lane escapes the pressure, rolls right, and able to find Logan Plant for the 20-yard pickup. He's called out of bounds, but the offense gets right back to it. Lane calling his own number this time and takes it 15 yards to the house, tying things up at the end of the first quarter. This one was a battle till the end, but Eufaula would close things out 49-42 the final.
All right, I know this is a high school football show, but we also had a little college football going on tonight. TU on the road trying to snap a 2-game slide. They were squaring off against ECU. Baylor Hayes was named the new starting quarterback earlier this week, and he had some nice plays tonight. First quarter, the Golden Hurricane were down 10-0 before he finds Brody Foley wide open across the middle right there, rumbling in from 38 yards out. ECU with an answer of their own, and then TU trying to come right back. Jet sweep, Zion Booker off the edge, showing the speed, goes on in for the score, but the Pirates just kept on coming. Landon Montgomery up the gut. Looks like he's going to get tackled, breaks loose, and that is a 51-yard house call right there. Now, they are still going at it, but last check, ECU is up 41-27 right now, late in the fourth quarter.
We'll see how that goes. All right, it's time for our final commercial break, but coming up on the other side, it's time for the big finish. Our top plays of the night are on deck.
I've got Barry Lewis of the Tulsa World here with me to break down all the biggest games across Green Country. Stick around.
You're watching high school football tonight on Fox 23.
Welcome back. Well, it's almost time for our top plays tonight, but we got one last thing we got to do first.
Yeah, we got to break down a few of these games a little further, and for that, we're going to head back to Owasso, where Paige Orr is being joined now by Barry Lewis of the Tulsa World. And guys, Owasso is looking like they're ready for the playoffs.
That's right, guys. We got to watch a pretty good one here tonight. 31-21 was that final score. Owasso took it home. What do you have to say about the game? They looked a little slow coming out. How'd they turn it around?
Owasso just seemed to wear down Edmond Memorial, and Edmond Memorial is a really good team, but Owasso just so tough up front. And Owasso showed a lot of character tonight, a lot of toughness, grittiness. This is a type of win that's going to help you in the long run. They were down 14-0, and they just totally dominated the second half. And of course, and what can you say about Jaden Hall, Owasso's standout running back? He is having he's one of the biggest stories of the year. Tremendous season he's having.
Exactly. Now let's move over and talk about Collinsville shutting out Claremore. What do you think about that?
Well, it's extra impressive because Collinsville didn't have one of its standouts, Scott Rigby, and that's going to set up a really big-time matchup with Pryor next week.
Woo, big time, big time. Well, you heard it here from Barry Lewis of the Tulsa World. Thank you so much for joining us as always. That's all we have for you guys from Owasso. Back to you guys at the desk.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that Pryor game. That's
gonna
going to
be
be a
good.
great one. All right, it is time for our big finish, top plays of the night. And for mine, we got to head back over to that Union game. And you didn't have to wait very long into the game for this one because early on, well, they're going to go ahead and kick off on the opening play. And watch what happens. They're going to swarm, and a massive hit. Ian Castellanos is going to get a scoop and score, and that is the way you want to start the game. Not bad by the Red Hawks.
Oh, that was good. I'm going to have to go back to Bixby, Oklahoma, though, for mine. The Spartans putting on a defensive masterclass. First play of the game, and Tyler Wright making this look effortless. He just turns on the Jets, takes it all the way to the house. Pick six, just another insane performance from Bixby. And Bixby sets their own school record for most points scored in a game. 92 is crazy.
That's going to win you a lot of high school games.
Yes.
All right, well, that is it for week 7, and that's all the time we got for you tonight. But thank you so much for tuning in. Before we go, we want to share some of the best pictures from the photography staff over at the Tulsa World, our partners in covering high school football. We'll see everybody next week.